This week, we're off on our travels again as we explore in and around the extremely pretty and very historic town of Ripon. We also explore what has got to be one of the most impressive sets of ruins that we've ever found. This is just amazing. For those of you here for your Greyhound fix, stick around till the very end when we've got a bit of an overload for you as we take De Niro on the great global Greyhound walk. And the adventure starts with us squeezing Daisy into an already very busy car park and going for a wee wander. By the time we arrived, most of the shops were getting ready to close, but we did have a quick week round the charity shops and found a couple that were open that had some absolute treasures.
That is the poopest Wally Dugs I've ever seen.
Lovely.
Right, Rebecca, would you like to tell us what you just called the building over there?
I just said that's a nice little church thing.
That church thing, that is Reigate Cathedral. You know you're somewhere posh when you see shops that sell guns and a badger.
Stuffed badgers and globes.
If you want to buy a stuffed badger, this is definitely the place to come. Oh yeah, and there's globes, but mostly
Stuffed badgers.
there's stuffed badgers. That wee church thing is looking pretty good, all lit up at night. Tomorrow we'll go and look at that in slightly more detail and a bit closer up. But before we could do that, there was a small matter of heading off to do parkrun, which we were going to do at a place called Fountains Abbey, which to be honest we'd never heard of and knew nothing about, but it was the closest parkrun. And my interest was certainly kindled when we got to Fountains Abbey and saw this off in the distance, this big moody looking ruin, which I'm guessing is actually the abbey itself. There is a massive visitor centre here as well. It's a National Trust property. And it's another place, if you go and do parkrun, you can have a wee look around before all the public shop and the place officially opens. And that wee glimpse that we got on arrival was only a taster of what was to come. This is a huge place. There's lots and lots of ruins and lots to explore. But before we could do any of that, we had to go and pay attention to the pre-run briefings.
The answer is just follow everybody else, but it just gives you a clue where you're going. And here we have the Debbie McGee of parkrun holding the map for you.
Another thing we didn't realise is this weekend was parkrun's 20th birthday and the television cameras were here, so there was lots of people keen to get their faces on television. Not us, we stood at the back. We are on television quite enough.
If we were to put our total distance that we've run at Fountains Abbey as a relay, it's the equivalent of going around the Earth 19 times.
We weren't really interested in going round the Earth 19 times. All we wanted to do was get round Fountains Abbey parkrun once, and unfortunately it didn't go awfully well because I managed to trip over, well, I'm not really sure, but I definitely did something unpleasant to my ankle. A very pretty place to injure yourself, and a nice place to walk your greyhound. You'll see more of this pair a wee bit later on. Thanks guys! Fountains Abbey is an amazing place. There's some amazing buildings, there's some amazing landscaping. This is the Temple of Piety, but not the Temple of Pie Eating, which is unfortunate. And that, after a minor injury where I fell over nothing, is parkrun done. We're now going to go and explore Ripon with its cathedral and possibly grave shop. Grave shop?
Grave shop?
I meant charity shop and graveyards.
You want to buy a grave?
You want to go to the grave shop? We'll go to the grave shop. Look at that. Anywhere else that would be an attraction on its own. Here it's just a sort of addendum to the abbey. That building is so cool. Let's find out what it is. This is actually one of the few medieval buildings to survive the dissolution of the monasteries, when the monasteries were all shut down by King Henry. And if you're wondering how I know that, I'm reading it on that side. It's something like £20 to come and visit the abbey, but we're here with parkrun and it's not actually open yet, and as far as I can see there's nobody stopping me going inside for a wee look. And over there, Bex is having nothing to do with this. Oh wow, yes, there is. It's not closed as you can see. I think there's people dotting about inside already, parkrun people, but look at this. This is an incredible building. Oh my, look at this place. Oh dear, I'm in trouble now because Bex will be wondering where I am, and I'm wow, look at that. I keep saying look at that, but I mean, look at that. It reminds me of the inside of a lime kiln. Oh, an amazing place. Wow. I'm going to get glowered at when I get back because it is coffee and scone time, and my phone, which I'm filming this on, is how we pay for coffees and scones. But she can wait because I'm looking at this. And I'm taking you with me, so you're my excuse. And if she says anything, I'll say you guys made me do it. Everywhere you look, there's something else. Oh, there's a flight of stairs. I don't have time for the flight of stairs. We'll go this way, and over here somewhere should be the other stairs. The big tower that we saw while we were out running. This is amazing. Oh, and there's a place for the past. That is somebody's grave slab. That is, let's see what we can see on this. There's a man, or a figure, yeah, almost definitely a man, with some pikes at the side. And some shields and a spire. That's quite smart, isn't it? Some important gentleman under that. I think I could probably spend quite a long time looking around here, but it'd make for a very long and a very boring video. Let's have a look up the, oh, look at the tower. There's it's open all the way to the top. Let's go for a wee look up there. I could spend a long time here, but let's go and find Bex. If you watched our video last week when I was looking at the lime kilns at Charlestown in Fife, that's the sort of image I was trying to capture, the light shining through onto the back wall. That's what it looks like in a monastery, and this is what it looks like in a lime kiln. Not really that different. And there's me. Hello. Even the wee details on the outside are something else. I mean, this must have been some building when it was in use and intact before the monasteries were all dissolved. And I tore myself away to find that Bex wasn't standing at the cafe waiting for me. She was standing at the bottom of the hill. She should have came in and had a look at the abbey, but she wasn't keen. More keen on finding a scone, I think. If you want to visit Fountains Abbey, here are the prices, on which we are making absolutely no comment, apart from possibly questioning their definition of voluntary. This is De Niro's meeting other greyhounds tale, I think. Wagon. Look who we just met.
The greyhound squeak. She only squeaks when she sees another greyhound, and it can be before we've even spotted one.
I think that's his greyhound tail. He was at the Great Global Greyhound Walk last weekend, and he does, like, tail doesn't ever do that. He never has his tail up like that. It's always nice to meet fellow aficionados of the pointy dog, and this pair were really nice. The big black one just leant on Bex and said, scratch me, scratch me, scratch me. But that's enough of that. Let's go to Ripon. Right, that is parkrun done. We are now in the pretty town of Ripon. Well, this part of it isn't pretty. This part of it is a car park, but there are pretty bits that we're now going to go and find. Bex knows exactly where she's going. Exactly where she's going is the Sue Rider charity shop, which is just over there. And don't worry, I promise you it does get better looking. Let's have a look at the treasures. Oh, treasure. Are you still looking for porcelain birds and stuff for your friend? LED pool light. Is that actually a light for a... No, it can't be a light for an actual pool, can it? What's that, a tin for your knitting needles?
No, it's a gin glass.
Alright, you've seen these. Somebody has dropped off an entire set of these, like, plates, but they're all different. Somebody's entire plate collection. I could tell that's a lady feeding a baby, and I could tell you what it is, but it's all in German. Excuse me, what have you got in your head?
Just a hat.
That's very you. You know we like finding the record collections in charity shops, and this one had quite a good collection. There's some stuff in here that you think somebody once bought that, rushed home with it, and was so proud to listen to it. Especially this. Woohoo, look at those guys.
I love these books.
We know. Gift wrapping.
I'm not sure what that is.
Painted candle holders. Candle cups.
Oh dear. It's not very inspiring, is it?
No, not.
Take a candle from a jelly mould.
Another present for Bexy's lad, found it in a charity shop. He's a Manchester United fan, although at the moment they are not exactly magic. Well, that was quite a good start. A Manchester United tankard. Now we are going to go for the inevitable cup of coffee and perchance a wee scone. Although yesterday's scone was cheese, which was a bit not very nice. Hopefully today we'll find a fruit scone. Cheese scones are things that should not really exist, they're just an aberration. So I told you it got a bit nicer. This is the market square, which at the moment has got a little fruit market. Okay, it's another car park, but yeah, it's also got an obelisk. We like a bit of an obelisk. Right, this is the arcade, apparently, and there is a coffee place down here. I've just been assured by that young lady standing there. And in the coffee shop, we made yet another little furry friend. How cute is this little pupster? The answer to that question is, of course, very cute. Hello. I thought a bit of floor was moving there. You're very well camouflaged. Very well camouflaged, aren't you? You are gorgeous. Hello, fluffies. He's looking up there. He's looking over there and go, am I going to get in trouble for this? Well, that was a very nice little cafe, and the best thing about it was the wee dog. We like a wee dog. We like a big dog as well. Don't tell De Niro. We didn't get into this one last night because it was closed. Let's go for a wee look. It did look like it was quite full of treasure. Oh, wow, a sofa with a cat on it. How amazing. It's a picnic blanket, a little one. I've got this urge to sort these into order. No, they're all out of sequence. Hang on, back in a second. That's my good deed for the day. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, etc, etc. You get the idea. There's probably not very interesting records, but at least now they are in the correct order. Anything interesting? Mike Harding? Oh, Shirley Massey. Don't know who that is. How annoying would this be? It's a torch that goes... So that there is the obelisk thing. See if we can find out a bit of its history. And there's a Range Rover, and there's a Range Rover, and there's some more Range Rovers. It's an area with quite a lot of Range Rovers. And a little market that Bex is now going to frequent. We'll get 6 of those, shall we? Yeah.
We'll have 6 of these, please.
Narder, what them is. Hey, snack. Right, without getting run over. The obelisk thing is erected at the expense of William Aylesbury Esquire, who represented the borough in Parliament for 60 years, and it was put up in MDCCLXXXI, which is 10, 15, 1781. How's that for a guess? We'll have to check if that's right or not. Bex has wandered off. Oh, there she is. She's standing at Cancer Research. We've actually been to this charity shop before, as you saw last night, and there is there's the Wally Dugs still waiting for us. See, that says Noel, but it's clearly got an L at the end of it, so it's wrong. Bex heads off to the grown-up stuff, and I come in here. I saw a book at the back of this from the outside that I can't now see from the inside. Oh, what's Fraggle Rock on? There's a Fraggle Rock book. I like a bit of Fraggle Rock. Hang on, did I imagine that? Ah, it's in there. I can see the E at the end of it. I used to absolutely love Fraggle Rock. Spogget! Very cool. Yeah, Fraggle Rock is... children today don't know what they're missing. And just when you least expect it, you find something that just makes your whole trip complete. Look at his face. This is strictly Oompa, which is... If I had a record player, I would definitely have bought this. I mean, look at those classics. There's Cook and Duck and Deficient and Hawk and Ich hab mein something something. Yeah, it's all German. I know what all you people are thinking. Has the Badger been sold? Let's go and find out. This place looks like it's going to be quite cool. And in amongst all of the junk that we saw last night, guns and things and globes and ethnic gentlemen, the Badger is still there, waiting for its forever home. World War II medical kit. This place is really cool. I just saw a ship's plate from HMS Tyne. I'm like, oh, don't need it, don't need it, don't need it. But do you want to administer any injections to anyone? What does that say on that, Bex?
Oh yes, I'm not really...
You can shove that up. Yes, you can. Bex has just seen her ideal dog. Don't know, not quite sure what it is it's eating, but look at that, it's a big fluffy carpet. Hello, fluffy carpet. Nope, not talking. Hello, hi. Cool, it's like a greyhound in a fur coat. This is a very nice, narrow and winding street, and up there that is the cathedral, which we're going to go and look at later, but not now. Now we've got to go and take the dog for a walk. Oh, and what's in there? I thought we were going to go and take the dog for a walk. I just told our viewers we were taking the dog for a walk, and now you want to go in here. Okay, let's go in here. 3 blind mice. This place. This is a really nice town. Ripon is, I don't know, it's just even nicer than I expected, and I expected it to be quite nice, although that is a bit disturbing. This is a really nice place. This is the place that Bex wanted to come, and she's got expensive tastes, which means she'll look round and not actually buy anything. There are quite a few shops like this in Ripon. I was surprised. They're not junk shops. They sell things that are actually quite expensive, but it's things like that's an old advertising aeroplane, and that last thing we looked at was like a box for screws and stuff that obviously came out of somebody's garage. It's really cool, but it's also quite expensive and very difficult to get home. Although I was sorely tempted by this Star Wars TIE Fighter if I didn't already have one. And admittedly slightly less tempted by this cracking example of what I suppose you could loosely call art. So this is Ripon Cathedral. Again, we've managed to stop going into shops, and now we're going to go in here. And for anybody that's seen the channel before, you know the joke that's coming, so brace yourself. The last resting place of the great and the good, that was the Mayor of Ripon, and that was Thomas Wilkinson, Alderman, and twice Mayor of Ripon. So this is the mayoral corner from the 1700s. It is a really, really impressive building, as these things usually are. I know, but look at that. It must have taken quite a lot of time and quite a lot of money to actually build. It's very, very impressive. And down here, more of the great and the good. Samuel Wise, who died in 1885, and Francis Dixon Wise, who died in 1938. And yeah, lots and lots of names immortalised on the wall. The whole wall is lined with these plaques and plates for the, as I said before, the great and the good. And down there, that's quite a nice looking crypty sarcophagus-y thing with a male and a female up on top, and some writing around the side that I'm guessing we probably can't see. Well, not very easily. Oh, there's another one over there. I wonder. I just tripped. That's always hilarious. Now that's a knight, but looking at the way the breastplate in that, it looks, it can't be a lady. Ladies weren't that important back in the day. It does look like it's, maybe that was just, it's got a very nice slim waist. Other phrase we haven't seen before. Here is interred Isabella, wife of Chris Kitchingman of Ripon, Esquire, and daughter of Alder Charles Lifter, who departed his life in 1732. She had 9 children. Had issue. How you doing? I've been in the hospital, I just had issue again. We're down at the altar end, the high altar, I guess. These statues are really smart, but they've all got slightly sort of strange looks on their faces. There's more on the other side. Let's make sure there's nobody down. Oh wow, wait till you see what's down there, if you didn't get a peek already. That is Athelstan, King Athelstan, and that is somebody else, and that is Jacob. I know I've put it off long enough and you're all waiting, so are you ready? 3, 2, 1. What a magnificent organ. This place is just, to use a word that I just used, but in a slightly more serious context, magnificent. It's just, I love the fact these buildings have survived for all these centuries, and I'm going to walk down here to get a closer look at the amazing stained glass window that they've got, which you saw from further back. But look at that, that is an awful lot of work. It's just so nice. And what is better than one magnificent organ? Obviously 2. There is an even more magnificent organ. Well, a very nice lady has just pointed me in the right direction and told me to keep my head down because it might be a bit low. If anybody's going to bang their head, obviously it's going to be me, but you know that already.
And watch your head, because they weren't as tall as us in Saxon time.
Sign that says mind your head, thanks very much. If you go into the crypt today, you'll probably see, I don't know, let's leak and find out. So down in the crypt there's this little chapel. This is a really cool little chapel, and it symbolises resurrection, because you come down here underground and you do your prayer, and then you emerge back into the beautiful church up on top, and that would have symbolised resurrection and rebirth. And if you're wondering how I know that, I am reading it on that sign. Where was it that we went to Hexham? If you watch our Hexham video, there's a crypt very much like this one. Right, let's go out of the crypt. We have crept into the crypt, and then we will creep out again. Well, we will, hopefully there's nobody coming down. It's a one-way system, so there shouldn't be, this will be time for a fast forward. But not a very long fast forward, because that's us back out into the church. Oh dear, after 2 impressive organs, that one is a bit disappointing. Mind you, they do say that size doesn't matter. No idea what they mean by that. I always think of these places being a bit stuck in the past, and possibly you do too, but look at that, there's some stained glass up there in loving memory of Jean Emerson, and that was donated by her husband Bill in 2005, so that's quite a recent addition to the cathedral. That was like a greatest hits set, wasn't it? We got the, reading it on that sign, we got the magnificent organ twice. All we're missing is the 2 deer. Funny you should mention that, because this is what we saw on the way across here. And that is the old deanery, apparently, with Ben's big posh car parked in front of it. I wonder what he's compensating for. Right, back to rescue the dog and find Bex and go for a walk down by the canal. Yep, there's a canal as well. This is not just a big wall, this is Abbot Hubby's wall, built by the Abbot of Fountains in 1505, so quite an old wall. Okay, it's still just a wall, not hugely exciting television, but hey, it's a wall. Abbot Hubby's wall. Hubbies, hubbies, no idea. Some abbot built that wall. De Niro and I are up at the cathedral again. We've actually come up to the wall now because there's nobody about. And look, there are some old tombstones. There's one from 17 something who died, blah blah blah. 1745, 1760 something. You can see it better than me actually. I see it on the wee screen. And next to that, look at that, with a greyhound for scale. That is the top of some sort of sarcophagus. And the other thing we saw along here that we missed earlier is that Private C render of the West Yorkshire Regiment, 10th October 1914, age 22, so fairly early on in the First World War. Here lies poor but honest Brian Tunstall. He was a most expert angler until death. Until, oh dear, so an expert angler, there's something for your headstone. And on the other side it's been recreated in concrete. Here lies poor but honest Brian Tunstall. He was a most expert angler until death, envious of his merit. Threw out his line, hooked him and landed him here the 21st day of April 1790. That is one of the most interesting inscriptions I think I've ever seen. And with the sound of the cathedral bells ringing in our ears, that's it for our trip to Ripon. We're now going to show you what we got up to last weekend. So come on De Niro, wakey wakey, get out your bed, we're going to go for a walk. Not just any walk, but the great global Greyhound walk. If you go down to Silverburn Park, just outside leaving, you'll probably see lots of greyhounds, lots and lots of greyhounds. This is the great global Greyhound walk, and there are dozens of houndies here. Yes, there are lots of and we have obviously brought ours. De Niro is you never see De Niro wagging his tail like that, then there's De Niro wagging his tail. Now we've got to go and pay our contribution. It's £1 a hound. Lots and lots of friends, both human and canine. Right, De Niro. I don't think I've ever seen De Niro so excited. Last time he brought me one of these things, he wasn't really interested in other dogs. Today he's on high alert, aren't you, pal? Hello. Oh, and you, are you still making friends, are you? It's there's a lot of dogs here and not much parking space appears to be the problem at the moment.
You give them a harness and but it's upside down.
Oh no, it's a Greyhound emergency. Hello. Hi guys, what are you doing? Oh, it's all too exciting.
God, you're getting a double sniff here. That's a bit out of order. That's a bit out of order.
De Niro, you must smell amazing. Oh, amazing. Look at all the doggies. Look at all the greyhounds. That's a big doggy. It makes you look tiny, De Niro. Right, we're going to go on greyhound walk. One dog has a pee, then every other dog has to stop.
No room for human.
Oh, look at that. I'll try to get the four of them in a line there. Well, it only lasted a second. They just fall in a line together, don't they? Right, De Niro, this isn't very interesting because it's only you. Go and make some friends. The Great Global Greyhound Walk is, as you can probably imagine from the name, a global phenomenon. They happen in countries all over the world on the same day, and this one was in Fife. This was our local walk in aid of Greyhound Rescue Fife, and there were 100 dogs here. 100 greyhounds all walking through the forests, all on their best behaviour. You wouldn't believe it. You couldn't have 100 chihuahuas out and not have anybody barking. These guys are so laid back.
Oh my god.
You guys are going to say hello to everybody, aren't you? Well, anybody's scared of dogs, this has not been the best day to come for a walk. Oh, De Niro on the beach. This is the greyhound's natural element, but we'll not be letting off his lead because obviously that's bad and we never do that. Are you enjoying your great global walk? Look at the wee view out there, the pal, that's pretty nice, isn't it? There are lots of people waiting along there, maybe not wanting to do the longer walk, but we are going to keep going this way following the other greyhounds. This is brilliant. Greyhounds are such amazing dogs. I can't think of another breed where you could have, I don't know, 100 of them all out together, and there's been very little barking. They're all fairly placid. If you think herding cats is difficult, you should try herding greyhounds because they're trying to get a group photo, which means there'll be 100 greyhounds lined up along that wall. That is going to be quite a wide angle lens for the photographer. Either that or he's going to be standing over there on the oil platform. That is an awful lot of greyhounds. It's been a nice day. De Niro always loves these things, so yeah, nice day out. If you're ever thinking of getting a greyhound, there's probably a couple hundred people behind me that would say, yeah, it's a great idea. And the event ended up in the walled garden in Silverburn Park, where there's a chance to go and buy some raffle tickets, and you could also, if you want, buy your dog some very, very tasty looking treats. All the dog treats and toys are in buckets on the ground over there. It's very popular with the dogs. Just bought some biscuits. They're not in a bag. I'm now very popular with the greyhounds. And that's it for this week. If you have enjoyed it, please remember to like and subscribe and all the stuff that I ask you to do every week. And next week we've got something a bit special. Next week we've got an episode that I've put some thought and planning into. Ooh, can't wait.